Welcome to Daily Steps from One Extraordinary Marriage, where we outline simple steps that you can take to have the ultimate marriage adventure. I'm Tony DeLorenzo, your co-host, along with my beautiful wife, Elisa. In today's show, we address the question, what tips or encouragement do you have for two virgins about to get married?
First, Tony and I would like to say to you both, congratulations on your upcoming wedding.
Yes.
It's an incredibly exciting time for the two of you and potentially a little stressful with all of the planning and all of the preparations that go into getting a wedding, getting to that day, making it all the way that you've dreamed of and all of that. And we know that sexual intimacy is part of that whole wedding day vision.
It sure is, because it's what happens after everybody leaves and you're in your hotel room or wherever you may be and ready to consummate your marriage.
First time.
Yes.
The first time. And this can be a place where there are tremendous amount of expectations, maybe even more so than what you think your wedding day is going to be like.
Yeah.
The expectation and the concern around what you expect for your wedding night.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's incredibly important that prior to the wedding night, that the two of you sit down and have, and I wouldn't just say this is one conversation, this is probably multiple conversations on what your expectations are for the wedding night and for your sexual intimacy as you head into marriage.
I would say at least for that first month or so. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't really look longer than that. I think it's a little much. But you really need to address this early on, because setting up your expectations, I believe, is vital to what's going to happen. Because your wedding day, depending on what time your wedding is, what time you're starting, what time it ends, is going to have a huge impact on what happens that night. I remember when Elisa and I got married, we had an afternoon wedding. It seemed like all day to get ready and this and that. And then we have an afternoon wedding that then leads into the evening, and then by the time everybody leaves, by the time we then head back to our hotel room, it was late. We were exhausted. I still remember this, folks, almost 22 years later. And I will have to say that first sexual encounter as husband and wife, it wasn't the greatest. And man, had somebody told me that prior, I think it would have changed how we saw that first night.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a growing trend now where couples, especially if they're having a wedding later in the day, are making a decision to just go get some sleep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, there's nothing better than awake sex and, having energy instead of, being tired and worn out and not enjoying yourself. Even Elisa and I, to this day, there are times when we will forego having sex at night because we are tired, because we are worn out, to just going, you know what? Tomorrow morning, let's wake up. Mm-hmm. We have time. We have energy. We can really enjoy each other as we make love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And because the two of you have not had sex before, one of the things to keep in mind is that there's a process. Mm-hmm. Right? It's not like you just stick your body parts together and you're like, bam, let's do it. You need to go slow, right? This is the beginning of your sexual intimacy. This is the beginning of a journey that I'm going to, be behind these microphones and tell you it's a lifelong journey.
It is.
To sexual intimacy. This is the first opportunity for the two of you to really explore each other's bodies as husband and wife. And to be in this place of giving each other feedback. And that's one of the keys to your sexual intimacy. I don't care how long you've been married. I don't care how long the two of you have been having sex, or if you've never had sex before and this is your wedding night. Getting into the habit of giving one another feedback, like that's working for me or that's not working for me, do more of what was working for me. That is a gift that the two of you will give each other for the rest of your lives.
Let's get into some practical stuff right up from the top, because being your first time, you're probably not 100% aware of being able to get wet. And that is a huge thing from a female perspective. Guys, I'm talking to you as well. Dry sex hurts her and it will hurt you. There's nothing more uncomfortable. Been there. I mean, the foreskin of your penis gets pulled back and it's painful. So number one thing to get, you guys, get lubrication.
And don't be afraid to introduce lubrication from your honeymoon night.
Yeah, do it, because you're going to, at least you're going to enjoy that time together, and it's not going to be painful.
Absolutely. I mean, friction is not good. Like, let me just be real clear. Dry friction is not good. And you don't want sex to be painful on your first encounter, because then all of a sudden you start getting all this like headspace about, oh, that doesn't feel good. I don't want to do this, right? You want to do everything in your power, both of you, to create an environment and an experience that you both enjoy.
Yeah. And so if you want to check out, we've used a number of lubes over the years. You can go to oneextraordinarymarriage.com/Amazon shop to check out our best picks of those. So use that. Guys, if you need to put lube on your penis as well, do that. Here's what I'm going to say. Go slow. Guys, go slow. Cherish your spouse. Talk to her. Let her know what's going on. She's nervous. And you just getting on top of her and trying to insert your penis as quickly as possible is not going to be the best. So go slow. You guys talk to each other. Let her know, hey, here's where I am. Here's what's going on. Wife, speak back. Let him know that you feel his penis in you, that there is that connection happening.
Yes. And in that, ladies, I've been doing enough bridal showers to know that you got all this amazing lingerie.
Yeah. Get into the romancing.
Get into this place where it's not just like, let's get back to the hotel, get naked and have sex. Create an environment.
Heck, take a shower together for your first, you've probably gone through your day, you're hot, whatever. Do that. Go take a nice hot shower together. Wash each other. I love what Elisa was saying. Pull out the lingerie if you got the lingerie. Set up the room. Have candles, right? Music. Do something that brings that room into a place of connection in a sensual way.
Absolutely. Another practical tip is aromatherapy, essential oils.
Oils, yes.
Right. Have a diffuser in your room with scents that evoke that sensuality for you.
Which you may not know yet because you're still learning. But if there are some, maybe it's a lavender, maybe it's a citrus, maybe it's something that for you, husband or wife, determine that brings just a joy, a peace over you.
And finally, know that the first time that you have sex, it may be a bit awkward, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's just a given.
I'm going to put it out there. Maybe you haven't had anybody be that candid with you. We don't necessarily know how our bodies work together until we start working them together. And so know that this is the beginning of your journey, and that the more that you practice, and the one way to practice sex is to have more sex, the more connected the two of you are going to become.
For more insights on things we wish we would have known before getting married, check out oneextraordinarymarriage.com/beforemarriage.